of August is known as World Cancer Support Month. This month, every year, helps raise awareness about the importance of supporting cancer patients and their families during and after their battles. East Texas News Weekend's Avery Niles spoke with the local cancer center about this month's importance and what support avenues are available here locally.
Everybody plays a role, and everybody is helpful.
Cancer.org says in 2023, there will be an estimated 139,000 new cases of cancer in the state of Texas. Dr. Arielle Lee, an oncologist with UT Health Hope Cancer Center, says they offer treatments such as chemotherapy and radiation, but also mental, physical, and emotional services.
We try to take complete care of the patient with regards to their blood or cancer disorders, and we do have good support for that.
Lee says at the Hope Center, they have patient financial counseling to assist patients in navigating the financial challenges that may come. Genetic testing to see if the cancer is something you may have inherited, and physical medicine services for a personalized exercise program during treatments. She says every journey looks different, and having support of all kinds is important.
We need help in all these areas of emotional support, nutritional support, because that's the basis of doing well throughout all of your treatment. And even when treatment's done, there's survivorship support to help manage long-term side effects.
Lee says family members are also a huge pillar of support, and they offer support groups for them as well. She says having a month that highlights services in the community makes people aware and not feel alone.
Let people feel comfortable to speak up and let us know what they need, what they're feeling, so that we can help direct them to the other people that are helping us.
Avery Niles, East Texas News Weekend.
For more information on the services UT Health Hope Center officers, scan your QR code on your screen or visit the big red box on our website.